We found authentic Newfoundland. A bold claim, and we have the story to prove it. On our journey from Crossmorn to Twillingate, we stopped at the Bay Verde Peninsula and then Roberts Arm and Pilley Island. Here it's all about fishing, mussels, cod and lobster. But more important, the people that made us feel right at home. Ursula is the navigator, my name is Dieter, and I'm the wheelman. Our first waypoint was Fleur. We drove through town on the 410 until the road ended at the Ocean View Trail. It was still early in the afternoon and this trail was perfect. After the hike, we drove all the way back. 5 kilometers north of Bay Verde are tailings that are hard to miss. We are not sure if the mine is still active. From Bay Verde, we took the 414 to Scie. Can't beat the view, and it got better. High above the cliffs is the Island Cove RV Park. We spent 2 nights in Scie. Unfortunately, we could not extend our stay. The few sites in the RV park were already booked. I guess we were lucky that we even got 2 nights. The Capelin Cove Trail in the campground has a narrow path above the cliffs. From there you can see the beach and the rugged coastline. The other trail is the Lookout Trail overlooking Scie. Now is a good time to talk about the French shore. France had the right to fish along the northwestern portion of the Newfoundland coast between 1713 and 1904. That would explain the names of many of the places around here, like Lancer Meadows, Bay Verde, Fleur and Scie, where we are right now. Ah, the flags of Newfoundland. The pink, white, green was established in the mid-1800s. The Union Jack was legally adopted in 1931. The blue, red, white with the gold arrow was adopted in 1980 and is the official flag today. And of course the maple leaf. Newfoundland joined Canada in 1949. So these are the 4 flags on the shed. When we filled up at the gas station, we asked, where can we get some lunch? The answer came without hesitation. Go to Critches and get fish and chips. We got the same answer at the campground. One thing is for sure, the fish and chips are without a doubt the best in town. We took a walk through town. Scie has a busy harbour. Crab traps and lobster traps were everywhere. One last visit to the beach before we continued our journey. A few days earlier, we picked up a pamphlet from the Bumblebee Brewery. We put the GPS coordinates into the garment and headed to Pilley Island. We parked the trailer at the Crescent Lake RV Park and had lunch at the Bumblebee Bite Inn. On the way back to camp, we stopped at the Triton Sperm Whale Pavilion. We were the only visitors and Terry welcomed us to the museum. Would you like a tour of the exhibit? He asked. Terry knew everything about sperm whales, the origin and much more. We spent the afternoon with interesting conversations about whales, Newfoundland and of course the fishery around here. Back to the Crescent Lake RV Park where we finished setting up camp. Rasentag welcomed us to their park and they invited us to the communal fireplace. We were introduced to Tauten's à la mode de Rase. The evening went by very fast. The lobster traps in the water are impossible to miss. It was clear that we had to get a fresh lobster and Newfoundland screech. Talking about seafood, the cod fishing season starts on July 1st. We were here just in time to catch one and kiss the cod. That's how you become an honorary Newfoundlander. The initiation was witnessed by a minke whale. We already had our screeching lobster, so we proudly accepted the title. Another interesting discovery we made was the UFO landing strip. Turns out, they are actually the long lines from a mussel farm. If you fancy mussels, this is the place to get them fresh, really fresh. We could have picked them along the shore ourselves. Thank you, Ross and Doug. We had an amazing time. Talking about mussels, we ran out of time to pick them ourselves and enjoyed them in the restaurant. The Bumblebee Bite Inn served mussels from the local farm. We visited more than once and enjoyed the meals and the beer. The Hazelnut hiking trail crosses through the RV park. The 10K trail took us about 3 hours to complete. We stopped at several places to enjoy the view. Continuing on the 380, we passed through Triton on the island with the same name. Cool school bus stops. Past Triton, we took Main Street to Freddy's Lookout. Then back to the 380 and continued via Brighton Tickle Island to Cobbler's Trail Lookout on Cobbler Island. Yes, you can get lost on all these islands around here. We had a Father's Day dinner reservation at the Tea Room on Long Island. The ferry is free on the way to the island. Make sure you bring money, or you may get stuck over there forever. The lighthouse at the ferry dock is the original structure from 1904. It was replaced by a modern lighthouse and reassembled here in 2015. We drove to the Beothuk hiking trail to feed the mosquitoes. Yes, we were the food, but it was totally worth it. The reservation at the tea room was for 3 o'clock. Roxanne runs the place. She did the cooking and preparation while she was talking about Long Island with us. The tea room was a busy place. People came to eat, others had takeout. The turkey dinner was delicious. The tea room is a hidden gem we will not forget. The church is a few steps up the road. When we stopped at the RV park on Long Island, we got into a conversation with a crab fisherman. He had interesting stories to tell, and we almost missed the ferry back to Pilley's Island. Scie, Pilley, Triton and Long Island are active fishing towns, so no surprise there that even a fish and chips lunch tastes like a meal fit for a king. When you plan your Newfoundland trip, pick your season. The fresh blue mussels and the cod were our culinary highlights. We had to continue our journey. Our next stop is Twillingate and Buena Vista, so please hit the subscribe button and get notified when the next episode comes out. It will be all about the puffins and the spectacular trails, and the demise of the trailer suspension, courtesy of potholes. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you out there.